Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues with its correction. However, today, well, since my last video, not too much has happened. However, price is obviously coming down. That's currently the preferred scenario. My view is that we might get a bit of a corrective weekend, which means that on the weekend we might just see some sideways consolidation, maybe a corrective pullback here. On the Bitcoin chart, that could be a wave 2. On the Ethereum chart, it would be a wave 4. I cannot rule out that Bitcoin is also doing a wave 4. It's just a different scenario. There are a few different ways of counting the move to the downside. I did explain that in the previous videos, but there's no point, changing the wave counts back and forth because both basically lead to a similar result anyway, right? It's just sort of, do I call it a wave 2? Do I call it a wave 4? It's just different scenarios are possible for this move down, and just be aware that I might change the subdivisions of the current correction a few times back and forth, but I don't just want to do it and then change it back. So I leave it for now. It adheres to it nicely at the moment. A few things we talked about in the previous video, which in my opinion are important. First is that the beating, in my opinion, should continue. So further price drops should occur for Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum, and so on. Should, not will, because we are now in this yellow trend reversal area. This is the area where price could turn around at any point in the current scenario. Pullbacks can be very shallow. Bitcoin sometimes just does a very shallow pullback. That sometimes happens. You can see here that we have 3 waves down already. We have this wave, we have this wave, we have this wave. At the moment, my view is that it is going to go lower, at least as long as I don't see a sustained break above that B wave high, which was printed on Wednesday. So that level is actually at 28,325. And if we see a break above that level, I would have to take a view, okay, what does the structure say? Does the structure actually say we should be already we are in an impulse and break to the upside, or is it just something corrective? But for now, as long as we stay below that level, the focus remains on the downside. Again, I'm counting that as a WXY pattern. Looking at this WXY, if you look at the Y wave, we already have 3 waves. So what do you normally want to see in a Y wave? You want to have 3 waves: A wave, B wave, C wave. I now have to take a view to say, okay, so the C wave is a 5-wave move. That could be complete or nearly complete. Could be nearly complete. This rather looks a bit like a bear flag, as you can see here. Just a bit of sideways movement. Could very well drop once more to complete this 5-wave move. I've labeled that in the previous video. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. You can see that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might get one more leg down, because if I'm counting this here as the wave 4, we might have a small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 5. So it might do one more leg down, and then I have a 5-wave move complete, and that could technically complete the ABC structure in the Y wave. So that's always the unknown. Okay, there's typically more than one scenario. The scenario I have outlined here on the chart is that we should continue to head down lower, that the C wave consists of 5 waves, and that the first 5 waves only complete the wave 1. That can easily change. We need to take it level by level here, really. At the moment, again, the beating should continue. That's my view. And that's my view because this current pullback is very shallow. So ideally, in a wave 2, the pullback should go a bit deeper to normally a minimum of 25,312. In this case, that's the 50% retracement. I would like to see price at least go to that level, possibly even lower. But it's a bit of a level by level game, But we are now in the support area. If anybody's trading this particular range here, this 1-2 setup, I mean, we've come down off the high quite a bit. Below 22K, this 1-2 setup is going to become very unlikely. However, I've got that fallback support area down here that is based on a larger alternative 1-2 setup. However, these are 2 bullish scenarios. The first one here, which I'm primarily tracking with the yellow support area. However, as long as we're holding 22K, we can still rally in a third wave. If we drop below that level, new bear market lows will become more likely, but we still have that bullish scenario here of a larger wave too. So it's either that we rallied in 5 waves to the upside in a wave 1 here, we came down in a wave 2, we are now in the third wave, but in the third wave, this is the 1-2 setup of the third wave, and we should rally in a third of a third. Or the other bullish setup is that all of this was a wave 1, and we're now coming down in a larger wave 2 before going up. Only below 17.5K, I'm going to primarily track bearish. I'm going to primarily track a new bear market low. But again, already after or below 22K, I'm going to become more concerned about new bear market lows. Now, I don't necessarily expect price to go down and test 22K. It's possible. I mean, anything is possible. But if I'm looking at the relative strength index, we have seen it already in the previous video that the RSI has come down nicely. It's now at 35. That is pretty good. Because where we want to get to is basically an RSI level of the 10th of March where we created that decent low. So we want to be oversold. Oversold readings are very useful in crypto on the daily time frame. Overbought, not really. Overbought is useless. In most cases, there's some occasions where you can use overbought, but oversold is pretty useful on the daily time frame. In many cases, it really indicates a substantial bottom for Bitcoin. And if price can hold above the 10th of March low, but the RSI is basically in the region of being oversold, that is quite a bullish signal, and I think we can get there. So the RSI is coming down nicely. Price is coming down as well, but not that much. Okay, so we have decent space. I think price can drop another 20% before getting to the 10th of March low price area around 19.5K. So for now, I primarily am focused on the upside still. We are in a pullback area now. Just be aware that in these support areas, price can always turn around. If it turns around at the moment, if it turned around now, it would be a very unusually short correction, but it's possible. I showed you that the 5-wave move could be technically complete. So we need to be watching now if the next move up is going to be corrective or impulsive. But for me at the moment, I remain focused on the downside, okay? But I think a bit of a bounce is due maybe on the weekend, because if I'm looking at this as an ABC structure, and based on this count, I'm watching at least for a wave 2 pullback here at some point. But as long as we stay below 26,900, for me, the downside pressure remains in wave 5 of 1. Only above 26,900, I would assume we are in a wave 2 pullback. Why 26,900? Well, it's measured off the last swing high to the swing low, today's low. And we're looking at the 26.9K level. That's a 78.6 retracement. Any break above that level would rather indicate that we are in a deeper pullback in a larger wave 2. So the 26.9K level is at the moment for me the pivot where I say, okay, if we get above that level, we have a deeper pullback in wave 2 that can certainly get sort of into the region around 27.5K again. Why is that the case? That's the case because in a wave 2, the pullback should get into this region between the 50% and the 78.6 retracement of the larger move down. We talk here about 27,246 to 27,876. So that would be target for a wave 2. I won't put that box onto the chart now because it's basically a bit of a moving target. If we go down a little bit lower short term, then that target will have to be adjusted. But for now, the 26.9K level needs to be watched. And that's basically everything for now. Other support levels along the way, 25,312 and 23,960. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.